а зрение, боль и визг, исходящий из кустов. Curious and concerned, Hakim pushed through the shrubs and found an injured dog lying on the ground. Its fur was matted, and a deep wound ran along its hind leg. The poor animal was trembling with pain, eyes filled with fear, yet when it looked at Hakim, there was a strange softness in its gaze, as if it recognized kindness. Without hesitation, Hakim removed his coat, gently wrapped the dog, and carried it home. It wasn't easy for his aging body, but something inside him whispered that this was important. That night, he cleaned the wound with warm water, gave the dog food and a blanket, and stayed by its side as it drifted into an uneasy sleep. Over the next few weeks, Hakim nursed the dog back to health. He named him Rafiq, meaning companion in Arabic. Day by day, Rafiq's eyes grew brighter, and his limp began to fade. But more importantly, something changed in Hakim too. For the first time in years, his days were no longer silent. Rafiq would follow him everywhere, into the garden, to the forest, even to the old chair by the fireplace. When Hakim read books aloud, Rafiq would rest his head on his feet, as if listening to every word. One stormy night, Hakim woke to the sound of frantic barking. The wind howled outside, but Rafiq wasn't barking at the storm. He was at the door, growling. Hakim opened it to find the air thick with smoke. A fire had broken out in the nearby woods, and the wind was pushing it closer to the village. Rafiq had sensed the danger and alerted Hakim just in time. The old man quickly gathered his things and, with Rafiq leading the way, evacuated to the village center. Many villagers credited Rafiq for raising the alarm early enough to prevent disaster. From that day on, Rafiq was no longer just a companion. He was a guardian angel in fur. Years passed. Hakim and Rafiq became a known duo in the village. The children adored them. Elders respected their bond. Whenever Hakim fell ill, Rafiq would not leave his side, not even to eat. And when the winter snow trapped them indoors for days, they shared stories through silence. Just a warm presence, a gentle touch, a soft look. One summer, Hakim collapsed in the garden. He had suffered a stroke. Rafiq barked endlessly, running to the neighbor's house and back, until someone followed him and called for help. At the hospital, doctors said if help had come even 10 minutes later, it would have been too late. While Hakim was recovering, Rafiq waited outside the hospital doors every single day. Nurses fed him, visitors patted him, but he never moved. When Hakim was wheeled out in a chair weeks later, Rafiq cried, a sound so full of joy and heartbreak that the hospital staff couldn't hold back their tears. As years rolled on, both man and dog grew older. Rafiq's fur turned white, and his steps slowed. Hakim, now fragile and nearly blind, still reached out every morning, knowing Rafiq was lying beside him. On a quiet evening in early spring, as the sun dipped behind the hills, Hakim sat on his porch with Rafiq's head resting on his lap. The wind whispered gently through the trees, and birds sang their sleepy songs. Hakim spoke softly, "You saved me, my friend," more than once, not just from danger, but from loneliness, from silence, from fading away. Rafiq lifted his head slightly, looked into Hakim's eyes, and licked his hand. That night, Rafiq passed away peacefully in his sleep. Hakim buried him under the old willow tree, the same place where their journey had begun. He placed a stone above the grave, carved with the words, "He came as a stranger, but left as my soul." Though the house felt quieter than ever before, Hakim was never truly alone. He could still feel Rafiq's presence in the rustling leaves, the creaking floor, the warmth in his heart. And every evening he would sit on the porch, looking toward the horizon with a small smile, whispering, "Thank you, my friend, for every moment, for every breath, for the love I never knew I needed."